Hi peeps, thanks for stopping by. Hope y'all having a great day. It is a horrible day here, so I am going to try and do this tutorial again. This is my third time doing this tutorial. It is the makeup that I had on in my... Oh, it was the one where I had the white shirt on. What video was that? It'll come back to me. I'll put it in an annotation. I'm going to try to keep this video under 25 minutes. So I'm going to get started. I will list everything in an annotation. I'm not going to say what I'm using. I'm just going to talk about technique. Okay, so let's go. I will probably forget that I told you I'm not going to say things, but I am. Okay, so I'm going to start with my primer, and I am using the Rachel K CC Cream. Lisa D1 sells this on her blog. It is a fabulous CC cream. You all know I'm not really one, I'm not into all these BB creams and CC creams, but as you'll notice as I'm putting it on, it is a neutral tone, and I just rub it in. Excuse me. I go right up under my eyes with it, and I'm going to need just a little bit more. This one is so different from the others. It's really, it doesn't give you that thick feel, but it does everything that they do and more, I think. It really holds the makeup in place. So if you are someone who really struggles with your makeup staying in place, this is something you truly might want to look into. And then I just lightly pat my skin, because y'all know I'm a big old patter. So I pat my skin, and I go right up underneath my eyes with it. It does not accentuate the lines under my eyes or anything like that. So that's the CC cream. I will link Lisa's videos below so that you can go over and investigate it yourself. Then I'm going to use my foundation. I have a little mirror that I work off of. People are going to ask where I got the mirror. It's just a mirror. I'm going to squirt my foundation on here. It's just a mirror that came with a little figurine, and the figurine broke, so I kept the mirror. I'm using the KohGenDo Aqua foundation. Again, I saw Lisa talking about this, but I know that Donna Shorts 1 uses the other formula and is madly in love with it. I do have a big complaint about it. It's a very sloppy container. I don't like my makeup to look dirty. Even when you clean it off, I swear you'll open that top and it's like a little alien was living inside there and said, ha ha ha, I'm going to squirt some of your foundation out. So I just put a blob of it on the mirror. I'm going to just put a little touch of my Christian Dior Glowing Nude Skin Foundation. Again, I will put all the correct names and everything underneath. I'm going to take and that's only because it's, I bought this when I just came back from Florida and I had a little more color, and now I'm fading my body, that is. I never tanned my face. But I was matching up, and it was a beautiful golden tone. This foundation has a gorgeous finish to it. Really does. I'm just tapping my Sigma Kabuki brush. Anybody who tells you that a Sigma brush does not shed is not telling you the truth, okay? Because these brushes shed. Okay, that's just my little opinion. So I'm just going to dab it off of the mirror after I've blended those two shades together. I'm going to blend it. I'm stippling, a little stippling effect onto my whole face. I'm going right up underneath my eyes with it. Or I like to go right over my lips because I have a lot of blue in my lips. I don't have a lot of blue in my own skin, but I do in my lips. Then I'm just going to lightly buff. So I'm going to just blend that. I blend it right back over to my ears so there's no lines. Just going in and taking the rest off that mirror. This foundation is very buildable. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little more of the KohGenDo. I have changed the concealer application. I'm going to take a few drops of it. Just 3 little drops. I'm not wearing concealer much anymore. I'm using my foundation as well. I am using a concealer, but I'm not using it up and around. I have been really puffy. And, you know, the darkness, I'm using a product that I actually think is taking my darkness away. I will share. So I've been using the foundation and I've been staying with just the KohGenDo because it is a little deeper. Now I'm not suggesting you go out and you buy a concealer darker than your skin, but when you have these puffies, you don't want to accentuate them. So I'm just putting the warmer color of the concealer on the puffy part, so as to try to push them back into my head. I wish I could. Okay, so I just put that up and around, and I'm using a Real Techniques brush here. I will put everything in annotations and under the video, okay? I promise, my peeps. Go into the inner eye and just really, and as you can see, it does conceal. I'm not done though yet. I am going to add another little concealer. Then I'm going to take the Dream Lumi by Maybelline in Buff. I'm going to just put it in that area. I'm not going on the puffy part of my eye. I hope you can see that. There you go. Okay, so then I'm just going to start working that right in where that line is from my puffiness, just to bring the line out a little bit. As to, can you see? It's just to bring that out, to try to make that puffiness go away. I hate the puffy eyes. Came with age. I never had it before, ever. Ever. Okay, same thing on this side, okay? So then I'm going to take the foundation brush that I applied. I'm not putting any more on it, and I'm just going to make sure that I have no harsh line from that to my foundation. Okay, I'm going to take whatever's left on that mirror, and I'm just going to go over my eyelid. I have very dark eyelids. That's where my darkness mainly is. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with, I'm going to prime my eyelids. This was a little freebie that came with the Sigmas. It's just a little fluffy brush. I've been using it with my primers. I'm using Nubile by MAC. It's one of their paint pots. I love it. It's a flesh tone. Just going to put that all on the lid part, mostly, and then feather it up lightly throughout the whole eye. This is a beautiful one, a paint pot. I love it. It's a flesh color, but it doesn't have any sparkles or anything in it, but it has a little bit of, I don't know, it's got a glow to it. A glow, that's what we'll say. Okay, so that's that for that. Now I'm going to go ahead and powder. This is the Diorskin Nude. And I used the Diorskin Nude foundation, so I thought I would try the powder. It turns out it's lovely. I've been wearing it over the KohGenDo. I'm just going to use a fluffy brush here, and it is the Professional by Sephora, the 55, which they've changed. I'm just going to take some of that powder, and I'm going to work it over my nose, down my T-zone where I have most of my shine. That's where I'm putting the most powder, is where I get my shine, because we all know I'm a prune and I don't shine much anywhere else. Okay, and I will go down a little bit because I want to make sure that my neck and my face are blended, and I don't tan my neck either. I will put a 50 on there, and I wear a very wide brimmed hat. I don't want an old neck. Okay, so then I'm going to lightly touch it under my eyes. I really move my face around because I want to get in all the nooks and crannies, just like an English muffin, okay? Okay, so I want to make sure that my cheeks aren't tacky, because when you put on your bronzer, you don't need it catching. Okay, I think I'll go ahead and I'll start my eyes. Got a brush by MAC. I'm going in with Arena by MAC. All the eyeshadows I use today are by MAC. So I'm going to take that Arena, which is a beautiful flesh tone, and I'm just going to tap it on my lid. I'm not going above the crease. Contacts make a difference for me, peeps. They really do. Okay. really pack some color on there. I hope you can see. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to go in with a loose one. And I'm just going to blend that out. I'm really not bringing it up any further from just where the bone to your crease is. Just blending it out. I'm not really playing around with whatever's on the lid. I'm just softening and blending that line. Softening and blending the lines is the most important part of eye makeup. See that little hair there? I see it with my contacts. I can see all the hair that's left behind. I must have been walking around with a brush beard before. Oh, I hate shedding brushes. I know Debic's brushes don't shed because she got all those really nice brushes. Okay. Notice I don't call her Deb, she's Debic. Okay, so now I'm going to take another fluffy brush, and it's going to be, I'm going to take a white one, I think it's a Sigma, I'll put it below. I'm going to go in with a Bamboo, which is another flesh tone. Now you'll notice I'm using mostly flesh tones because I'm going to accentuate the eyes with a lot of color only in the outer part of my eye. So I'm going to load my brush up with the Bamboo. If you don't have Bamboo, you're just looking for something that is close to your skin tone in a matte or a satin finish, mostly a matte. And then I'm going to just take that, and that is going to go right above on the brow bone, not up to the eyebrows though, and just a little bit on the outer corner of that lid. Now notice I'm working it out and up here. Going to do the same thing on the other side. I work eye to eye. Some people finish an eye and then go to the next one. I forget what I did on that eye. I can't do that. Okay, so I'm just going to blend that. Whoops, I can't go that far in. Looks like it's getting a little brighter in here. I hope so. Okay, so now we're just going to deposit that, and this is just a breaking point color. It just gives you something to play off of. I'm going to go in with Saddle and then Handwritten, some of my favorite colors. Okay, and then I will do the underneath eye after. Okay, so now I'm going to take that same fluffy brush that I did my blending of the Arena, and I'm just going to make sure that I have soft lines. Even though it's a flesh tone, you still want to make sure that it's blended. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up with a, where's that little brush I like? Here it is. It's a tighter, flatter, more dense dome brush. And I'm going to go in with Saddle. Saddle is a beautiful caramel colored brown. Just a moment, peeps. Okay, peeps, I am back. As I said, I'm going to take Saddle now. And I'm going to pick up some on the brush. Tap it off because we don't want any fallout. And I'm just going to go in and I'm going to place that on the lower half of the lid, not taking it at any, I'm not going in any further than the pupil, okay? Or yeah, the iris, the pupil, not the iris, the pupil. Okay, same thing on the other side, pick up and just pack it on. Don't go above the crease because you're going to do your blending out. And I'm using the Saddle more like a transition on the lid. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to take that little fluffy brush I was using before. This is going to be your fluffy brush, very loose, very soft, fluffy brush that's going to blend everything. And notice again, I'm going to extend out with that color. And I'm just keeping it and softening it now and running it just slightly up into the Bamboo. Okay, same thing on the other side, and we can always add more. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more. Same thing on the other side. And I'm going to exaggerate it a little bit so you can see. Okay, then you're going to take your fluffy brush and you're going to really blend that, just circle it around, smooth out that line so you don't see it, and we'll blend it even more as we go along. Same thing on this side. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of that saddle. I'm going to turn the brush around. Instead of having it that side, I'm going to take the other, and I'm going to put a little of the saddle underneath, and I'm going to join it to that side. Same thing on this side. So you're really just depositing the excess color that was on there underneath to join, okay? See, we're extending out a little bit more. I actually kind of saw somebody on American Idol, which, you know, I love that show because it gives nobodies a chance to be somebody, because, you know, it seems like everybody in Hollywood's kids are super talented automatically just because they came out of the womb. That's not fair. Okay, so that's why I like American Idol. But one of the girls, her makeup was so nice one night, and I thought, I'm gonna try that, and I did. Okay, so now, in all the time I've been on YouTube, I know you've never seen me use this color, and it's Carbon by MAC. But we are going to use it so sparingly that you really don't know it's there, okay? So I'm taking a very flat, dense, narrow, skinny brush, okay? I'm going to just touch it onto the Carbon. I'm not getting it on any other part of the brush, just the tip, okay? Then I'm going to tap it onto my hand just because I don't need the fallout in my wrinkles, okay? Now, I'm going to have to lower my candle a little because that camera, so when I come in, you can still see. So I'm actually going to angle it close to my lid here and act like I'm applying a liquid liner just to the corner there, moving up slightly, okay? Can you see that? Do the same thing on the other. Just touch that brush lightly to your Carbon. This makes the bags look wonderful, doesn't it? Okay, same thing. I'm going to lean it in, touch it. You don't want to really have this screaming at you. Unless you like a lot of black, then you want it screaming at you. It's just to give the definition to the outer part of the eyes. And then you're going to just touch that underneath and join that. Okay? Okay. See, I'm flicking it. I'm going to get another one of those flatter brushes, and I'm going to take Handwritten, which is a beautiful, beautiful brown. One of my most favorites in MAC for darker tones. And I'm also going to touch that off because we can always apply more. Then I'm going to go right over that black to soften it. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Touch to your hand. Oh, I'm going out of frame. Sorry, peeps. Okay. Because many of you thought I had liner on that day. It's very rare that I wear liner. Very, very rare. But I can give the illusion of wearing it with a powdered eyeshadow. Okay, so notice I'm building up the edges and softening out that black as I go along. Okay, so now I'm going to take a clean, fluffy brush, a smaller one though, a little more dense because I just want to really work that color down in. And just a little in the corner crease here, into like a little V. It's so subtle you really don't even notice it. Okay, same thing on this side. And then you want to take that brush underneath, soften that black, and bring it right up into and out. And make the funny face because it gets the job done. Okay, so I'm going to take my fluffy brush again, and I'm just going to blend those tones in here, all those browns that I just put on, blend them down. Okay, I'm going to go in with a tighter dome brush. I'm going to pick up some of the Bamboo, which is the second color I used, tap it off, but I'm going to run it along and under all the way. That's just a flesh tone, and that's just to, you know, give you a little bit of, okay, see, it's just to soften all of it and blend them all together. Okay, then take that same dome brush and you're going to pick up some of the saddle. The saddle was the caramel color, and I'm going to run it underneath the black and then halfway point. Okay? It all comes together, peeps, it does. Sometimes things look worse before they look better. Mascara saves everything. That's what I believe. Okay, so now as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking I want to just lift it up a little bit more with the saddle. So I'm going to really just place the saddle right there on the corner. Saddle is the caramel color. Okay, so all of my color is basically on the outer part of my eyes. So now I want to make sure that I have it all toned. So I'm going to go in with the bamboo, which is the flesh color, load up the fluffy brush, and I'm just going to soften them all. Notice I'm going right up to the brow bone with this. If you'll notice something about me in most of my tutorials or most of the makeup looks I wear, I never put bright white up here or sparkly. My reason, my belief, is I already have eyes that are sagging down, so I don't want to accentuate that, because when you put light, you bring that out. So I already have them hanging down, so I don't really want them, I don't want this to be accentuated. So I use a flesh tone, sometimes I'll just use my powder, whatever. You know, I'll work it, I get it ready. What does get it ready means? Okay, so now I'm just taking another fluffy brush and I want to just clean this up and blend it in together a little more. And the same thing on this side. See all these little hairs from these brushes? Oh, I hate that. Okay. So there are the eyes. Now, of course, I need my eyebrows, and I also need my tight line done. Now, in this look, I did not wear anything in the waterline, but I did in the tight line. So I'm going to move my camera down because I have to go in very close for this. And I have the Makeup Forevers. These are waterproof. I love them. You're going to lift your eyelid up and you're really going to focus it on the outer part of the eye, really getting close to your lashes and your tight line. And you'll see the difference when I take my hand down from eye to eye. But I have to let the contact adjust itself. Okay, let me do the, okay, see peeps, you can see the difference in how it really does give it more depth. I'll do the same thing on the other eye now. Really get close to the lashes. When you do it, it also makes your lash line look much thicker. Okay, and then I will just lightly do along here. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I think I'll do Lingering by MAC. I'm going to brush them up. Okay, we all know I have funky eyebrows, so I'm just going to fill in the gaps where they dip down. Just lightly feather the edges. Most of the color I concentrate right here. And then I'm going to fill in right here. I have such sparse eyebrows there and so many grays. Okay, so that's the difference between an eyebrow, peeps. Okay? Okay. Okay, then I'm going to take the the Anastasia brow gel, and I am going to just lightly groom them. This has been a miracle for me. I have very wiry, out of control eyebrows. Some grow straight out, some grow down. It's just another genetic blessing. But anyway, this has really helped because it just keeps them down without looking so, you know, they don't look pasted down or anything like that. Okay, so now I think I will go ahead and do my bronzer. Now, I have been using the Laura Mercier. This is the only thing I'm really going to talk about in the video. I first saw this on the Bombshell Suite, Vanessa, and it looks so wonderful on her. So I right away had to get it. So I went to get it, and it's been hard to find, but a boutique I shop at had it. I think you're probably in better luck going to a Laura Mercier counter versus going to a Sephora. Anyway, I had to have it. It was just stunning on her. And so I went and bought it. Now, it reminds me of the Laura Geller. It is baked. It is a bronzer blush. And mine has, you know, it has some pink veining, but it doesn't have as much as some of them. Every time I wear this, Lou compliments me and says, "What do you have on your face? It looks so good." However, it can get muddy looking if you're, that's why I said really make sure you have your cheeks powdered nicely so that this doesn't grab. And also, working with two different types of brushes, the dual fiber brushes work well because they apply less product. And you can use it with that, or you can use it with a more dense. Now, I'm going to show you the look of a dense because I think that's what I had on in the video. I'm just going to lightly touch it. I tap it on, I don't really rub, and then I tap it off. And I'm going to start right where my indentation pretty much is, and I'm not even putting the whole brush on yet. I'm lightly touching it, and then I turn the brush, so that most of my color is deposited in the hollow of my cheek. And then you just run it around. Now this one I have not been placing here because it's really a beautiful product. I don't think it's going to be for the fairest of skin unless you can go to the counter and ask the salesperson to please open them all and find one that has the most pink to it. I think that would be the best thing for you to do, okay? So now I'm going to tap it off and do the same thing. Okay. Now it looks harsh, but I'm going to soften it down. Okay, but most of the color has been placed right here. Then I do go here because this is where the sun hits you. I go here and I will run it down my neck without placing any more on the brush, and I do side to side. Okay, under here, a little bit on your nose if you like. I don't normally do my nose. So I'm going to do the other side same way. Tap it off, and I'm going to lay it here first. So see, I've placed some color into my, so you're doing your contour and your bronzer and blusher, everything. Okay, so I'm putting most of my color there, and then I'm going to turn it around. Okay. Then I'm going to touch it up on top. Okay, another thing you can do is once you're done with this brush, then take the dual fiber brush and lightly just feather over it just to blend it differently, because the brushes do work differently. And I blend it down, which you can see already has softened the look of it. Okay, and then you can also take your powder brush and just lightly go over it. Okay, so now I'm going to put my lip on, and I will bring you down with me again because I have to come in closer. I'm using Chicory by MAC. Okay, and the reason why I smile slightly is because I've lost volume in my lower lip. And when you smile slightly, it allows you to line your lips without really over-exaggerating. I'm touching it very lightly to my lips. My peaks are very different, so I have to play with them. I do round them. I lay the pencil down sideways to deposit just a little bit of color. And then, okay, I touch my lips lightly together, and the lipstick that I was wearing is also by Laura Mercier. It is Mayan Sun, and I love it. It's one of the chubby pencils. What I love about it is it winds up and it retracts. Okay, so just gonna apply it. And the reason why I turn the pencil sideways, because then it helps to bleed a little color into this, because it's very fair. It's a very fair peach. It's beautiful though. And they stay on really nice. Okay, so now I am going to go curl my lashes. Okay peeps, I'm back and I have applied my mascara. I used 2 different mascaras, and I also used the Shiseido eyelash curler. What's nice about the Shiseido eyelash curler is it fans your lashes, because it really is designed for an almond shaped eye. So when you pull your eye out and you actually do your lashes, it fans them out. I really love this lash curler. At first when I bought it, I thought, well, this isn't working for my eye, but then just with a slight little tug of it, you can really get each and every lash in there, and it's really, really nice. Worth a try, okay? And the mascara that I put on all of my lashes, top and bottom first, was the Definicils High Definition Mascara in dark brown. This is my go-to everyday mascara. But then I took the Maybelline XXL Pro, which I think this is a fabulous mascara, and I put the black only on the outer part. Let me zoom in a little bit. I put that only on the outer part of my lashes to give most of the definition on the outer part of the eye, okay? Now, if you would like, you can spray your face with Fix Plus. I did not. You can also apply more bronzer if you would like. So I thought I would talk about, another thing that you can do just to pick this up a little bit, because I did this the other day, I believe. I take a little bit of, this is one of my most favorite MAC blushes, and it is Peaches. It's a really, really pretty, bright, pinch me peach kind of thing. I think they have another color. I think I have a pinch me peach. But anyway, I'm just going to lightly touch this just on the upper part of my cheeks. And I just tap it on, because you're putting so little on. And it's just to give the illusion of higher cheekbones, okay? And that's that. So let me talk about, there were 2 things that a lot of people kept questioning me or asking me about in the video. And I'm going to zoom back out, because I feel like I'm right on top of the camera. Okay, a lot of people commented on my ring that I had on. This is a swatch ring. Joelle sent this to me probably over a year ago. I love it, love it, love it. I have it in black, and I have one that has, it's just like this, but it has red hearts. And they're just gorgeous. I will take it off to show you. I'm afraid these aren't available. Well, I haven't been able to find them at all in the US. I think you can buy them at eBay, but you know, I don't buy from eBay. I don't know, I'm funny about eBay. But anyway, it's a band type ring, and then it just has a bunch of little pearls that hang from it, the front of it. It's really just a really nice ring. And she, I'm sure, bought it in Paris, or perhaps the UK may have them, because she does a lot of shopping in the online from the UK. But anyway, that ring is from Swatch, the watchmakers. And if you Google, just look for Swatch ring. I don't know the name of it. Just if you want to really try to find one, that's what you'll have to do. Swatch rings and look it up. Now the earrings, I'll zoom back in for the earrings. The earrings are not brand new. I bought them at TJ Maxx. They were $7.99. They have a topaz stone here. And then this is just in, like, it's supposed to be like ivory, a little bit of ivory, but it's not. They're gorgeous earrings. I love white earrings, and I love white with turquoise. I love white with white. So that is where I got the earrings. That's why I keep telling my peeps, always check your TJ Maxx. They get some really great things, okay? So finally, I'm gonna go down and watch this video now and see if we can upload it, because that would be a really nice thing to do. And we'll go from there. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave it down below. I will put everything I used below, and I have put annotations throughout the video that tells you everything I used. I'm just trying to speed the tutorials up so they're not so long, but this is probably still 30 minutes. Okay, so have a great day. Don't forget, subscribe. It's an anti-ager. Be happy, be healthy, be beautiful. Most of all, peeps, be lovable. Be lovable. Bisous, my friends. I love you all.